morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to part 3 of my Keep, Loan or Sell show. We're doing goalkeepers today, and there's a reason why Boss is here, and there's a reason why I'm here, is we disagree on a specific goalkeeper at the Arsenal. But before we get into that, Moss, how are you, mate?
Real good, real good. It's a little chilly for March, -10, but super sunny. Hope it starts getting a little better out here and snow melts away, but sunshine is nice. And Canada with a 2-0 win. Now we're guaranteed Copa America. We're guaranteed Gold Cup. Things are just getting better and better.
I should have put money on you mentioning Canada at some point in the show. But big up to it. Well, I was going to quickly go into the comments. Colm, yes, I did have a chat with Colm just before this show regarding Turner, so we'll get back into that. Appreciate that, Colm. I'll star that. Well, this is what I'll get into why Colm has said this, and I'll get into it. Big up to Tony, big up to Luke. Right, we are going to talk goalkeepers. There's only 9 that we've got to talk about, so it shouldn't take that long today. Yeah, we've got 9 to talk about. When I did the midfielders with Gums on Tuesday, 19 players, so that's going to be a long show.
I didn't know we had 9 keepers.
Yeah, we've got 9 in total. So yeah, we'll get into it. But here is the intro. All right, so these are our first teamers. Now, I know Cole Hine does technically play for the under-21s as well, but he is the third choice. So Turner gets injured or Ramsdale gets injured. Hine is always on the bench. Hilson is also on the bench when it comes to Europa, but obviously we're out of that now. So we're going to let's talk about Ramsdale because this is a very quick one because obviously we're all very happy with Ramsdale. He's only 24, signed him for 24 million. He is now currently worth 28. This season, he's played 31, conceded 29, clean sheets 13, which is really good. Average rating is 6.78. I do think that's a little bit harsh with the system that I use, but I have to be honest, that's the system, and I've always trusted it, but I think it's a little bit harsh. His Arsenal career played 68, conceded 70, 27 clean sheets in total for us. Goalkeeping stats: goals conceded per game is 0.9, saves per game is 2.4, which is 72%. Penalty saves 0 out of 3. Passing stats, because that is important with the way that we play, 32.5 touches per game, 64% accuracy. Moss, your opinions on Ramsdale? Are we happy with him as our number 1?
To the moon, Bobby. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't believe the craziness when we were going to spend money. I mean, like, he really should be England's number 1. I don't care what people think, but he's shown that he's that good. And to get him for as much as we did, 30 million?
Well, it's about that. The exact, it's 24 with add-ons, and those add-ons will
almost up to 30.
Yeah, it will go to 30.
It was absolutely brilliant. And then when people were going off, I was like, really? Like, I saw him on Sheffield United and stuff, and he's on bad teams, but he's making saves, and you're gonna concede goals. And I mean, he's been in the pressure cooker already. I mean, it can't be that bad a signing. And I wasn't happy with Leno at the time, so I thought it was a great signing. And then when Seaman, our club legend keeper, is saying how fantastic Ramsdale is, I was like, well, I'm sold. So I don't see why they were going nuts that we spent too much or whatever. It was madness. But people, I think, quickly changed their tunes about him, and he's been fantastic. He's really helped us elevate our game big time.
Yeah, he has. Because obviously a lot of fans didn't want him, including Arsenal fans. I have to be honest. A lot of Arsenal
crazy.
Fans
I couldn't believe it.
But if you know about him and you watch the lower leagues, you will know that yes, he conceded a lot of goals. Yes, the teams got relegated, but he was in bad teams. It's not his fault. The goalkeeper can only do a certain amount.
Yeah. And I thought that was better for a young guy to get tested that much at a young age. I mean, it was good for him.
Yeah, because what we could say, yeah, Messi could play for Chesterfield. Doesn't mean Chesterfield going to win the league just because Messi's in the team. Because yes, he will score a lot of goals, but you've got to be able to defend. You've got to stop goals going in. Messi can't do everything, so it doesn't matter about one player. It's about the team. Let's quickly cover. We're going to keep loan or sell Ramsdale. I'm pretty
So
sure.
how long was his contract when we signed him? Do you remember?
It currently expires in 2025, but we have got the option of the year, so it will be 2026. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get into negotiations next
Probably
summer.
starting next year. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll be on him to long term that.
Yeah, so we're going to keep him. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I did think that'll be an easy, tricky one. Right, I'm going to leave Turner to last because I know that me and you will disagree on him. Cole Hine, he's only 20. Signed. We did sign him from somewhere, but there was no disclosure of fee, so I couldn't work out exactly what it was. But his current market value is 1.3. He's had 5 appearances this season, conceded 7, clean sheets 1, average rating of 7.15. His Arsenal career, 1 appearance, 3 conceded. Goalkeeping stats, goals conceded per game, 0.5. Saves per game is 2, which is 80%. Hasn't had a penalty yet to save. Touches per game, this is really important. As I said, passing stats. He has 53 touches and his passing accuracy is 82%. And now that's, for me, is
it should be
good.
high, though. It should be really high.
And that is really, really good for the young. I think he's from Iceland, isn't he? Is he Iceland?
No, he's Estonian. He actually plays for Estonia at that young age. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. I think they just lost 1-0 to Hungary, so he's quality. I mean, I don't know if you're ready to say keep, loan, or sell, but I mean, a goalie that's an international already at that young age. Maybe we won't be able to give him appearances and show him the shine and give him the games he needs. So maybe he needs to get loaned so that he can shine a bit and eventually maybe sell, because we do have young keeper in Ramsdale. And if he's going to keep playing Estonia, that's the way to hopefully he drives up, every scout and manager around Europe watching some of those games when Estonia is playing teams. So, yeah, that's the way to drive up his market price is we got a good young goalie and he's starting for Estonia already.
Yeah. So are we going to kind of agree to loan him out next season if we could?
Because he needs to play some high quality matches.
Yeah.
Because he is at that level already. He's at Championship, lower Premier League, top European leagues. He's at that level already, so he needs to be loaned out.
Yeah, 100%. Right. Let's get on to Matt. Okay, he's 28. We signed him for 5.4 million. Current market value is 4.6 million. He's played 7 games this season, conceded 4 clean sheets. Average rating of 6.93. Obviously, his appearance is the same because obviously he's new this season. Goals conceded per game is 0.6. Saves per game is 2.2, which is 79%. Hasn't saved a penalty because he's only had to save 1. His touches per game is 38, which is actually more than Ramsdale. His passing accuracy is 71, which again is more than Ramsdale. So the stats back up your opinion. However, and I will state this very clearly, and Colm is on the same opinion as me.
We're going to make so much money on this guy.
He scares me in goal. Now, I've always had an issue with the number 2 goalkeepers at Arsenal. Richard Wright being 1, Stuart Taylor being 1, John Lukic being 1 as well.
Remember Emilio Martinez? He didn't even really get to number 2 status with us, and yet he's won a World Cup now, starting Premier League. He's done really well.
So, what's your opinion on Turner? Because and bear in mind the way that we play as well, because obviously we pass out from the back.
Your opinions, your concerns are rightly so. Of course, Bobby. You have a good eye for these kind of things, and goalkeepers and defenders and such. And if I can give a bit of his history, just because I've looked into it more and heard his story, and I mean, at Arsenal, he told his story. He's a young American guy, was just, a good athlete in high school, hadn't even played soccer in his life. It's quite remarkable. That almost never happens. So naturally, his touch is not going to be the greatest when he's taken up the game so late in life. But he was just a natural athlete, kept growing and growing, and he started taking up the sport more and more. And he got to go to like some little Fairfield College or something it was called, and I don't even heard of it, in New Jersey there, and he started getting seen, and he just walked on to like New England Revolution and like open tryouts, and they were like, "Who is this guy? He's a good athlete. Holy Christ!" So then they sent him off to Richmond Kickers in the USL, usually a really good USL team. He just kept being outstanding and showed that he's an amazing shot stopper. And then the next New England Revs camp, they were always one of the top sides in MLS. New England Revolution, they're starting to struggle a bit with selling some of their best players, but he just outbeat the veterans. Like, he just was out, just out playing them in preseason and do it. So finally they started giving him a few games that one year in New England, and he was just amazing shot stopper, and they were struggling at that point. And then they're just, let's go with this guy. Yeah. And then within 2 years, he became MLS goalkeeper of the year, like all-state, good hands, whatever, won it. And then he was getting some US spots, and they're like, give him a try. He looks great in camp. So his rise has been just exponential. Yeah. And to get Arsenal is perfect for him. And, most guys that are starting for their country would want to be starting somewhere. But he is smart enough to recognize he still has growth to do. And he's in his prime as a goalkeeper at 28. Yeah. But he realizes he still has growth to do. And where was he going to get that? By being in the Premier League for a club like Arsenal, where we want our goalie, we want our keepers to be with their feet, working with our D. And he knows that's his one weakness, that he needed to be better and help his USA. I mean, England couldn't score on him. I mean, he's quality. He's a quality. And with the World Cup coming up, he's going to get worth more and more and more. And that's why I say we keep him, and we'll be amazed at how much his growth and how much his worth will go up. I mean, we only spent 5-6 million pounds on him. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm going to go into the comment from Colm, because I know that you disagree with Colm.
We're every time on you, Colm. So don't.
Colm is a goalkeeping coach, so he does look at goalkeepers in a slightly different way that I would, But
save a pen, I'd give you $1 million.
He kind of agrees with what I'm saying. Like, there is for me, there's quite a big drop off.
Now, I don't think it's a massive drop-off. Not at shot stopping, not at playing the position, but yes, at the feet, there definitely is.
That's the problem, is because that's the way that we have to play. To play to our best, we have to play out from the back.
And he's getting better at it. Our coaches are getting him going.
Yeah, I kind of get it. I'm still torn about
the
what to do with him.
Feature of his game that will make him world class, and he recognizes it, and that's the first start to it,
Yeah, because I've heard about his personality. He's such a great chap, and
he is a good guy.
Everyone says,
and I'm Canadian. We beat this guy. I made fun of him. I have all the reason not to like him, but I have to stick up for him because so many Arsenal people and everyone just think he sucks and wanted him out right away. And I'm like, man, he's one of the best shot stoppers around. He's got great hands. He had that unfortunate no communication issue with Jacob Kivior that first match, but man, his hands and him catching crosses, he's really good at it.
Yeah, it's definitely got some pluses, but it's the feet, and I'm sure if he does get better, I'll be more than happy.
And it's going to help USA that he gets better.
Yeah, this is about right now, and right now I don't think he's like, if Ramsdale, God forbid it doesn't ever happen, so I'm going to touch wood. But if he was to go out for 3 months, I would panic.
No, I just wouldn't. I'd just be like, let's not put him into trouble. Let's play it, make sure we're safe. But he's good enough to get the job done. And I mean, to have a world-class World Cup goalie as your backup number 2 should be a pleasure at a club, not people going at him all the time. It should be great that we got such a good goalie for our number 2.
Because obviously City went down the same route, didn't they? They went with Zach Steffen.
Now he's wanted to play because he's lost his US job to Turner. Yeah,
and that's not gone as well, because he started quite well in Championship, Zach, but it kind of went a bit wrong.
And because of MLS, there is a depth at goalkeeper in the States that's unreal now. So they have a lot of choices. There's always guys coming up. I think you like Sean Johnson, so do I.
Yeah, I've liked him
for years. He could be USA's goalie World Cup too.
Yeah, because this is nothing to do with him being American or from the MLS, because you know how much I respect that league anyway. I've got 2 teams I support.
You do, but not many do.
Yeah, exactly. And this has got nothing to do where he's from. This is just one little thing about him, which is his feet. And I'm the same with the Arsenal women. I don't like Zinsberger. scares the bejesus out of me every time she plays. So it was nice for me yesterday to see D'Angelo, but I didn't see enough of her to go. But obviously we talk about different.
She needs to work on her feet too, but no, she's good.
Yeah, but Zinsberger just worries me. But I've always got this issue with goalkeepers. I suppose it's being a right back, and obviously you've got to
and
trust
that's
your
why I
goalkeeper.
gave a bit of the history, because he's late to the game, and most guys in England growing up, they maybe became goalie after they were playing from 5 to 12-year-old in an out position or something,
Yeah, exactly.
And that just didn't happen for him, and he's just a really good athlete, good hands, and we're gonna make money on it. We could right now, and maybe some of you, that's why you want to sell and get someone more fitted, but I just think if we keep him, it's going to mean a lot more money in a couple of years, especially if he's their World Cup #1 in his prime at hosting a World Cup next time around in 3 years.
Yeah. Big up to Luke. I was Ramsdale in from the start. Yeah, not a lot of people were, and that's the sad.
Yeah, I just went by what Seaman said. Seaman was keeping.
Had a nightmare in the Brighton game. Yeah, but to be fair, that was his debut, so I kind of allow that a little bit because he's only 20. He's literally coming in.
Third stringer came to Canada.
Yeah, obviously I'm trying to keep this just Arsenal content, but yes, McGill has got the Canada. Cole hitting serve back here. Ignorance. It's called noting the position. Big up to you, Cole. Honestly, it's just a little bit of disagreement between about a little bit of a goalkeeper. And Tony also had Ramsdale. So this is why I love this Arsenal community.
What a character he is. What a great addition to the club Ramsdale's been. Like absolutely confident, pumping up the crowd, giving it to the other fans. I love this guy.
Yeah, Luke will keep Turner.
Because we could make money. I might as well make more and keep getting him better.
Right now, I'd keep him just to allow him to impress me with the feet. If it doesn't improve, then I've got to sell because it just doesn't suit us right now. This is the style.
His maybe not his passing with his feet, but you see his throwing passing.
Oh, he's
super good. Super good. Yeah.
But that's not the way we play again, is it? So But yeah, I do like Ramsdale's attitude. It's much fun, as Tony's literally put there.
You can tell everyone at the club, every player, everyone just loves Ramsdale.
And again, Tony's agreeing with me. I'm keeping him Turner for one more. Exactly. I'm going to keep him, just allow him a little bit of time.
We're going to make money on him no matter when we sell. So we might as well take a year to keep figuring this out.
He's 28, so he's his prime when it comes to goalkeepers. So that's
now starting to come in his prime. Yeah. Imagine how much more Ramsdale could get better. Oh my God, if he gets better.
So let's talk about
England's got nice goalies, you got to admit.
Yeah, we've got some good ones. I ain't going to talk about England on this stream at all because just can't stand talking about it. Let's get into the first teamers that are out on loan.
Both good goalies too. I mean,
no. A
lot of people don't like Gunnarsson, but
I don't. I can't stand him.
People and they love this guy.
Well, yeah. Where's he from?
Iceland. Well, yeah.
Well, there you go. There's the problem.
They've seen him from a very young age come, and they're so hyped about him always.
No, he's awful. But anyway, we've got to talk about him.
But yeah, I think it's finally time to sell him, don't you?
So he's 28. He's played 25 for Alanyaspor. 25 goals conceded. 45 goals conceded. 4 clean sheets. 6.89 rating, which isn't too bad to be fair, but yeah, I think it was a mistake we even signed him, to be honest.
Yeah,
he's got to go. So you're going to sell him.
I don't think he's horrible, but he definitely needs to get.
He's not our level. He's definitely not our level.
He's never going to be there. He's already 28.
Yeah, for me, I'll be pushing if he's even championship level, to be fair. But he's a goalkeeper. Let's talk about Okronko. 21. He did start the season at Crewe. He's now at Sturm Graz. Played 6, conceded 4, 3 clean sheets, which is
I've always liked
from 6 games. 7.11 rating. Obviously, we all kind of unfortunately remember that horrendous thing he did do in our goal. Was that a friendly, or was that when he miskicked something?
What? Who?
He miskicked something, didn't he, Okronko? Was that a friendly or was it a League Cup game last season?
I remember you guys talking about it, but yeah, I didn't see it.
But he's doing well. He's gone from crew to stern, so that's a very good improvement. It's also a good
Yeah.
sign that there's obviously a bit of hope in him. He is
He's
6
really
foot
filled
4.
out. Like, he was skinny before a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
he's
He's
also
filling
6.
out now.
He's also 6'4", so he's actually one of our tallest
Big boy.
goalkeepers. So what we're going to do with Okonkwo?
I would, loan him another year.
Yeah,
Him and Hein.
I agree with that.
Because he's now 21. Like, I think they allow under 23 or whatever, even though they call it under 21 kind of thing. But we have other goalies coming up, so they need those spots too. So, and this guy's past that stage, I would think. And he, like I said, he's really become a man now this last year. He's really filled out. He's impressive. I'm sure Sturm Graz were looking at videos and be like, yeah, this could be a fine goalie and don't have to pay much, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I think we keep him on loan another year, check it out. And who knows, we might start getting some big bids for him maybe.
Yeah.
Next year or two.
I think Tony was saying it could be the friendly against Hibs. Yeah, I think that probably was it.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. I heard because then the Hibs guys were talking about it on Facebook.
Yeah, right. Before we go into the youth,
a nice shocker. That's right. You're right about that.
See how he goes next year. He's done okay apart from that Lisbon game. That's talking about Turner. Yep, totally agree. He's not in his prime, but he's too far below the standard of Ramsdale. It wouldn't hurt to keep him, but if Tuchel will get a second, I totally agree with what you're saying there. Runnison sell if we cannot loan out his contract. Yeah, he does run out next season, thankfully. Just a waste of money. That I think
we can sell him this summer. We can sell him still, right?
Yeah, but we only paid just over $1 million, so I don't.
Yeah,
it's not. But right, let's talk about our youth. So we're going to go with Hubert Grajic. I'm going to go with that. He's 20. He is 6'3". He's played 16 games for the under 21s, conceded 23, only kept 1 clean sheet, which does concern me a little bit. Have you heard much about him?
No, and when I went to the under 21 game when I was over in London, that was when I saw Marquinhos that game. He got 2 goals. There was a goalkeeper mistake with Zach Aw and our keeper not communicating. I'm pretty sure it was James Hilson was in that game.
Okay, yeah,
so that's what I saw. But other than that, he was really good, really communicative, really pushing the ball around with his feet very well. I was like, well, that's definitely our Arsenal club style, that he's really, because like he shouldn't even have got involved, but he was like coming out to use his feet and play the Arsenal way, and him and Zach didn't communicate, and his forward came in and sniped it on him and scored an empty net pretty much. But yeah, other than that mess up, he was really good that game. And then I've seen some other under 21 games with Hilson, and he's been good. But yeah, I don't know as much about Grasic, and it sounds like he's got all the tools to be a good keeper.
Yeah, he's 6'3", so it's good height again. I was obviously preferred by Mehmet as well to play for the under 21s. So
that center back, he's quite tall, and I remember Hilson wasn't as tall as him, but he must be close.
Well, actually, I'm going to surprise you with Hilson, but we're going to go in. We're going to stick with Hubert right now. So what we're going to do with Hubert, we're going to keep him at under 21 level, or do you want to sell him or loan him?
Keep him for the under 21s, because now Hilson's a little too much for that, I think.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. We're going to go into Hilson now. Now, Hilson is only 5'9". He's smaller than me.
Yeah, it seemed like Zach Aw was towering over him.
Yeah. So, but this is the thing. This is where it confuses me a little bit, because Arteta does put him on the bench for the Europas. Hilson's always on there. So, does that mean Hilson suits Arteta's style more than Hubert does, or I don't know why Arteta's mind is with the fourth choice, because he does go with Hilson every time. So and you've seen him,
and Carl Hein doesn't.
No, exactly. Carl Hein doesn't. This is the thing that confuses me. It's always on the bench. It's always Hilson and Turner
I've noticed,
or Ramsdale, or so it's a little bit weird, I have to be honest, because maybe he's not played for the under 21s
enough. Hilson needs that time around the other keepers. Maybe it's a little opportune time to get him training with the first team keepers and coaches. That's the only thing I could think of. Why not?
So this is what I'm thinking. So because he suits our style, I'm wondering whether or not we should loan him out to see what he can do at a good level.
And if Grasic is under 21s and not doing the business, or if Anaconkwa's loaned out, Hines loaned out, it's like, we better keep Hilson around, maybe, or you loan him the first half of the season and then bring him back.
Yeah, we can put an option in the loan where we can call him back if we need to.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea. Loan, but with the right to bring him back.
Yeah, okay. So that's what we're going to do.
Things don't work out.
Yeah, so we've got 2 out on loan, and I'm not going to even attempt to say one of the team names. It's SJK, and they're from in Finland. Can't remember their surname. It's something like begins with an S. But we've got Ovi Ajiri out there. He's 19.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's played 7, conceded 7, no clean sheets in those 7 games.
In Finnish league.
Yeah, and he's 6'4", so he's the same height as Arthur. It confuses me because this is like, why are we sending someone all the way to Finland?
And this would be the guy to come with Grasic and be the under 21s, no?
Yeah, because he's only 19, so he's like the youngest out of all of ours. I don't know what to think of this one, because why have we chosen a Finnish team? Of all teams to choose, we've chosen
Make sure you get some games.
But there's levels in our own leagues that we can do this. Like we'll go on to Tom in a minute, but I don't know what we're going to be expecting out of him. It seems a strange loan, and I know we've got our own loan coach now, and loan manager.
With that age, though, I would think him and Gracic would be perfect for under 21s next year.
Yeah, so I
and get better look at him.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe keep next
Ovi,
season.
His parents like Ovechkin or what?
I have no idea. But maybe keep him next season. See what he can do in the under 21s. Because to choose a Finnish team is rather bizarre. I have to be honest.
Was last year Tom Smith with our under 21s?
Yeah, well, we'll go into Tom in a minute. What we're going to do with Ovi?
Yeah, no, I would say bring him back for the under 21s. For sure next year.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Right. So Tom has gone to Colchester. Now, that's my hometown. It's where I was born.
I think I remember seeing this guy at the game.
Yeah. The problem is, and you can see it clearly there, he's not played for Colchester. Now that concerns me a heck of a lot.
No doubt.
If you cannot be picked for Colchester, who are struggling,
how big's
in
Tom?
Their league? Tom is 6 foot, so he's not a very tall.
Not as tall as the other one.
He's just a little bit taller than James. But again, it concerns me because he's at Colchester and he should be being picked, and he's not. So for me, if it's a case of just let him go and find
this one might be sell to a lower league team.
Yeah, because honestly, if you're at a low team and they're struggling, you'd think that they'll change up the goalkeepers a little bit as well. And he's not even got that opportunity.
Chances,
yeah. But so, are you going to agree with me this one on the?
Yeah, he's probably got to be sold at that age too to a low league side.
Yeah. So, with that all said, again, we're not even considering goalkeepers this summer when we do our fantasy window, because we will be doing one.
I think we have too many, if anything.
Well, that's good. We know we've got 74 players in total at Arsenal, so that's a lot of players. There will be a lot going out this season. I don't think it will be well, apart from Runnison. I hope Runnison goes. I'm
interested to see how Conco does with our preseason schedule next year too, though.
He is the one I'm most excited to see more of.
Me too.
And I suppose in a way I'm looking forward to see Ovi as well at the under 21 level.
Yeah,
just to
exactly.
See
where he's at home with us and see him more. Yeah.
Because there's no chance I know anyone in the Finnish league and go, can you let me know how Ovi's getting on, please?
Hey, Jari Litmanen or some hockey guys.
Yeah,
know what's going on in Finland.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. But it was a nice quick show, that one. It's only literally 30 minutes. Lovely. Yeah. I thought it'd be nice and quick. But Moss, I really appreciate you coming on. Where can everyone find you, my friend?
Yeah, as you see, ATP. Whoa. ATP Sports Talk here. It stands for Across the Pond Sports Talk. Me and Luke Morrison. Luke's in the chat. we do a lot of hockey, NHL. We both love, and we call it Across the Pond because we deal with British people and stuff over across the pond that love North American sports, and also North Americans that love the great, beautiful game in the Premier League. So that's why we call it Across the Pond Sports Talk, and it's CK Moss 16 on Instagram, and kind of got a newer channel, and we always do, and we're teaming up with Full Time Sports Network as well to deliver the score with all the Scottish, English leagues, all the games, all the scores every Saturday. So kind of pumped to be doing that with Bobby as well.
Yeah, thank you for that. BX Gunner 81 has just dropped in and say, yo, Moss. But yeah, so this week will be very, very busy, I have to be honest.
What are your thoughts, Bronx, on Matt Turner? Keep, loan, sell? I'm sure
it's a good
he's
point.
from America, so he probably thinks the load of Matt Turner as well.
Yeah, let us know, BX, in the comments if you can. If not, off the stream as well. Just let us know what you would do with Matt Turner. But for this week, I will be back on Tuesday lunchtime with Gumza to do the midfielders, and get your drinks ready. It's going to be a long one. On Wednesday,
a lot of midfielders.
Yeah, on Wednesday I'll be doing 2 shows. I've got the wingers at 7. I've got the fullbacks at 9 with an amazing guest. Steve is joining me.
Nice.
Ozzy Gooner is joining
me. That's Wednesday, so my afternoon. Okay.
Yeah, so 9 p.m. UK. So 2
p.m. 2 p.m. your time. There.
Thursday I will be back with the preview lounge for the Leeds game. Friday I'll be back to do the preview Armoury show for the Leeds game. And as Moss said, next Saturday. And I'm talking to all Arsenal fans here as well, because Arsenal are kicking off at 3. So Moss can actually watch the Arsenal game whilst I do what I do.
Yeah, all of us North American Gooners.
Yeah, exactly. And then next Sunday, I'll be back to do on Full Time Sports Network to do Newcastle Man United game, which will be a huge game next weekend. Because we're talking about football again. I love it.
Yeah, we're now on the business end, basically.
Exactly.
10 games in left. It's big time now.
And for BX Gunner, he says Matt Turner stays. Yeah. You've agreed with us. But that was a nice quick show. Thank you ever so much, Moss.
Thursday we'll do all these UEFA games. Me and Luca, sometimes Carl, sometimes Bargev, we get on, but anyone's invited always, just to do a roundup what all happened in these qualifiers and Nations Leagues and whatnot, and maybe some women matches.
Yeah, Moss's channel and Luke's channel is in the description below, so you can go over there and subscribe if you can. That'd be wonderful. Thank you ever so much. And as you probably see on our banner as well, if you can and want to, check out all the other channels, our sister channels: Paxton Road TV, Man United Agenda, Cop Talk,
Armoury TV.
Yeah. We're all sister channels. We're all trying to work hard together at the moment. So yeah, for now, it's all as always, and I'm going to do this forever now. Come on, you Gunners.
I can never see it because it's wiped out.
Oh, hang on.
Fingers? The 2 fingers?
Right. So that's Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, Gunners.
Come on, Gunners.
So one finger's Arsenal, 2 fingers are Gunners.
And on the heart.
Yep, on the heart. It's just beautiful.
And one of my close buddies, he's an entrepreneur now, but he used to always do ESL because he grew up with his brother that was my age that was deaf. And he would do it for like rock concerts and stuff, like go up on stage with them when they'd come to Saskatoon, and he'd do the signing.
Yeah,
it's quite neat. I'm glad you're doing that, man. I'm glad.
Well, exactly. M brought it to my attention, so I felt I had to do it because it's just a beautiful thing, and it's just the fact it's right on our hearts as well. So, guys, appreciate it. I shall see you very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Ciao.